Hey gang, what's up? It's Jim Saturday in the Sooner State coming to you live from Studio 405 Mobile. That's right, we're still Zagniv Productions, but we are in the 405. I consider this the mobile studio. Follow the trail. Anyhow, it's a beautiful day. 68 degrees out here today. Getting ready to get in here and get a little workout on. Meanwhile, just saw the alert that Mississippi State has marched down the field and scored first. Mind you, Mississippi State seeking its second only SEC win this season as they welcome the Georgia Bulldogs. The Bulldogs with only one loss, a conference loss to Alabama, seeking to keep that record, that loss column at one, and hold on for a potential spot in the college football playoffs and maybe stay right in the draft area. The drafting area. There we go. There's a NASCAR reference. Didn't think you'd ever get one of those from me, huh? Stay in the drafting area so that they could potentially slip through and get into the SEC championship game. Georgia has got to stop playing to the level of its competition. Georgia has got to do something about the slow starts. The saving grace is we do see that Georgia is able to, if their opponent takes off running, then they can take off and run and gun as well. See the Ole Miss game and the Tennessee game for reference. But we also know Georgia is playing a team today that has a very good, despite what their record says, a very good pass game. Georgia pass rush is almost non-existent, and that secondary, I don't even want to talk about the secondary. The secondary is not that great either. It is, well, let me not speak out of turn. Georgia's secondary is not as good as the defense, I can't talk today. Georgia's defensive front and secondary is not anywhere remotely close to the 2021 and 2022 squads, and I've spoken about that ad nauseum, that those squads are those once-in-a-lifetime squads that you see come and people talk about for years to come. See 85 Bears for the 85 Bears for reference. Some of you aren't even old enough to have remember actually seeing the 85 Bears, but you know that the 85 Bears had to have been something special because we still talk about them 40 years later. That defense led the Chicago Bears to a 15-1 record and eventually a Super Bowl championship, which cemented the legacy of the likes of players like Willie Gault, Mike Singletary, Jim McMahon, Refrigerator Perry, and of course the late great Walter Sweetness Payton. So those are those once-in-a-lifetime squads that you see, but somehow Georgia manages to keep making things happen. But much like the legend of Peter Pan, the fairy dust does eventually run out, and you will come crashing back to earth if you don't replenish. And so, Georgia's got to find some more fairy dust somewhere and get that defense back up to snuff, because if you make the SEC playoff, you're more than likely looking at a Texas A&M team that is absolutely on fire. The Reed at quarterback, and an Alabama Reed also now in the Heisman talks, and an Alabama squad with Ty Simpson, who also is in the Heisman talks. Plus the number of supporting cast members that are on both of those very, very, very talented squads. So, again, week 2 at Casa 405 with no access to SEC games. I will be checking the recaps as they are released, but right now, unless I missed something since I started recording this video, Mississippi State up 7-0. Hopefully the defense will at least be able to generate enough to hold Mississippi State at bay, and the offense does not seem to be having any problems. Just hoping that the running backs and O-line can hold up with the ground and pound that Georgia has just been completely wearing people out with. Anyway, that's all I've got for now. I am getting ready to go in the gym and get my workout on. Hopefully you guys are having a great weekend. Your weekend's off to a great start. We'll see you again this coming week. Colin and I will be back. Until then, we'll talk to you soon. Go Dogs.